Oops. Let me start that again. I'll edit this. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Chat Shit Shed section of the Ale and Audio podcast. Hello, if you are listening to this on Mixcloud, the full show with all the music and everything. Hello, if you're listening to it on Spotify, Apple, anything like that, Amazon maybe. If you want to hear it, but with all the music, then yeah, just simply head over to Mixcloud. And finally, or two things. Hello, if you're watching on YouTube, of course. Big shout out to you if you're watching this on YouTube. The extended and uncut show, or hello if you are listening to this on Mixcloud on the Ale and Radio live, play out live. There we go. Now, last week Dave and Andy were away, so let's bring them back in. They go together like cheese and wine, albeit maybe like Dave's like a Baby Bell, Andy's like a cheap Aldi wine or something. I don't know. We'll bring them both in. Here we go. It's Andy and Dave.
Oh, good.
Hello.
Hiya.
Dick and Ed.
Hiya.
How are you both doing?
I think we go together like toast and Worcestershire sauce goes together.
Don't go together very well, though, does it?
Yeah, it does.
We go together. We go together like socks on feet.
What? You're slightly odd.
Yeah. Slightly stinky.
You've got holes in.
Yeah.
Smell.
We've had better days. Yeah.
Well,
I've just made a mess, Jimbo, cracking a can of beer open like you do.
You're joking.
Oh, not even got my beer ready yet, but we've
bloody hell.
We're all in his England attire because of course
the way, aren't we?
It's the Euros, of course, isn't it? So we're all in his England kits and everything. Who's gone full kit? Someone gone full kit wanker?
Dave has. Dave's got shorts on.
I'm not full kit wanker.
I could do. This is a bit musky, this one. I've had a rummage. So I've got my football shirts out, as you can see, on my hung up. I had a rummage. I thought, I'll have a look in my football shirt box upstairs. I must have some European team football shirts knocking about. Found this banger from Original.
Is that the original away?
This is an original, yeah.
And is it the away 98, that one? Or is it
98? Yeah, it smells like 98.
Yeah.
It's a bit musky, this. It's been in a box for about 30 years. Collar and all. But found some bangers. In amongst it. Wait till you see these.
What's he got?
Portugal, 2000 away kit. Look at this.
Wow. Very nice.
Look at this one. Beautiful. Extra large, that one. Must have run out of larges. I've got
send that one to my way.
Yeah, I've got a Spain one. World Cup winners from 2010. Sure.
You may need that.
Might need that one. Oh, dropped a bottle top. Got a snug fitting. Snug. I nearly tried to put it on. I think it might show a bit too much. It's a Kappa Italia shirt from 2002. Now this is like sports cycling stretch. If you remember them god awful shirts. Then I've got some 98 bangers along with this one. First off, Dutch away kit.
Oh, yes. Very nice.
Look at very, very nice.
Yeah.
And then Pierre de Resistance. An original bought from Paris in 1998. An original.
There we go.
French football shirt. And that is it. That's also a banger. So I think well worth keeping them. But I had a rummage in my box. I was like, I must have some European shirts knocking about. Turns out, got quite a few. And I've got some ridiculous shirts as well. So I'm going to have to do something with them at some point. Give them that bloke who makes bucket hats. That's what I have to do.
Very smart. Nice collection there. I like it. Yeah, you got to set up your stall in there, aren't you, with your bunting and your England shirts and everything?
Oh,
and
no. I'm ready.
Dave's sorted as well. What year's yours from, Dave? Can you remember what tournament yours is from?
No,
Can't remember.
pass.
No.
It's easily about 14 years old though. Yeah,
I was going to say it might be
about
2010
at least
or
14 years old.
2006 one. Looking at it,
Mm.
I think this was a 2012.
I'd say 2010.
Yeah, I think this was 2012.
Yeah, mine's the old retro styled around the France '98. That was my first tournament, you see, France '98. But yeah, we spoke about this earlier on with on the show.
This one was made in the future, according to label. It says 2029.
Maybe that's the best before date.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, this is the infamous Frank Lampard no goal shirt.
Yes,
This
definitely crossed the line.
You definitely crossed the line.
Yeah. So how were your weekends, Andy? You went. I mean, I think it was last week, weren't it? You kind of went off on a bit of a journey off to Scotland.
Went up to the Isle of Skye in Scotland. Skate before the football started, so I didn't see any Scotsmen crying. Yeah, we went up to Skye in the camper van a few days. Bot Lomond up through Glencoe, Fort William, out to Skye, up through Portree, Dunvegan Castle. Went to Talisker Distillery. I don't really drink whiskey, thought give it a go. Pretty decent, pretty expensive, as you can imagine, whiskey is. So bought myself a little bottle as a little treat.
Very nice.
Because I don't go mad. Learned a few things. But yeah, it was very, very good. Got back on Friday, and then Saturday had a pub shed session with the Euros on. Sunday, we decided to just start emptying the van out because we just left it. We just dumped it on Friday and thought, sod that. Managed to go down to Trentham Craft Bar for a few ales on Friday evening. And then, yeah, it's all good.
Very good. So you've had a nice little trip away, Dave. What did you get up to last weekend?
What did I do? I went out with Craig Johnson, Dan the Craft Beer Man, Nick from Beers and Beats, and Andros Abbey, and obviously can't forget Laura. Yeah, we went out for a few beers on Saturday into Leicester. Went into a couple of, two bars that I'd never been into before. Oh, in fact, all three bars I'd never been to before. Real Ale, Classroom, The Globe, and Ton Bar. Had some wicked beers. And then Sunday, it was Hayley's best friend's 40th birthday party. So we went there and then home in time for the Euros.
Brilliant.
Really.
Sounds like a good one. Very good. People may have seen that I took the Hail and Audio pub shed out of the pub shed. I took a lot of it with me. I took the Pints 365. I took the physics where we went out. We did. We went up to my brother's house. I set up bar there, which was a lot of effort for.
I commented saying there's never been so much room.
Yeah. Oh, the absolute how nice it was to pull a pint with a Pints 365 without the bar wobbling. Was amazing.
I did say the wobble adds a bit of character though, doesn't it? Because it's like,
it's made me think that I do need to sort the bar out now because it was a lot more enjoyable pulling a pint because it didn't wobble. So I'm going to look at if I can either sort the bar out or I might have to get a new bar. So it might be new bar.
Just batten it down. It'll be fine.
I've tried already. There's just no bass on it. There's nothing. There's nothing
no
really.
bass.
Not really.
Turn
no.
the treble up.
That's it. Yeah. So anyway, that was the weekend for me, and yeah, big and coming up as well. We'll get onto that later. So yeah, we pulled you. So speaking of football, we pulled you some sweepstake teams. We'll get very shortly onto which teams you've got, okay? Because there's a bit of a beer challenge associated with it as well. Okay, so that'll be coming up a bit later on. But first of all, while I'm looking for my drinks, I ain't got one ready. Tell us what you're drinking.
You got Dave.
Well, actually, I have got a Guinness.
A Guinness.
But not just any Guinness, only because
A cold
I'm
one.
going to have a slightly heavy-ish week this week. I actually have got 0% Guinness.
Away.
It's alcohol-free Guinness. And I had a few of them yesterday because I was driving at this party and I didn't think they were actually that bad. So I picked up a 4-pack just to stick in the fridge in the bar and just thought, it's one of those nights and you do want a beer, but you actually want something and it's still quite good. Because like some alcohol beers are just completely pointless. You think they taste disgusting. There's nothing like what it should be. And I actually don't think this is actually that bad. Still get quite a thick, creamy-ish head on them as well. So
Creamish head.
Yeah.
We put that through your nitro thing, or we just poured it?
no, because it's still got a normal widget in them.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, it's just a
weird.
normal can. I did wonder if they would do Nitro Surge 0 cans because obviously you would probably get a bit of a better beer out of it. But no, it's not bad. And I have heard people of going out and like when they're out, they'll have a can of that in a glass and then just ask them to top it up with normal Guinness just to give it a bit more to it. So yeah, 0% Guinness.
You mean like a Guinness shandy, but it's used 0% Guinness and a normal Guinness?
And then it's like a Guinness top.
Yeah, Guinness top. Yeah, I like the sound of that. I know somebody who once had he had a Heineken top when we went out. He had a 0% Heineken half and a normal half of an Heineken, and then just put them together in a pint glass. And I said, "What did you do?" I think
it just gives it a bit more life.
And he goes, and he says, what did he say? He said, "He just halves the strength of it, doesn't it?" And I was like, "Does it though?" I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but whatever floats your boat. Enjoyed it. So I've got a kind of Riverton. So, yeah, after me going around the wilderness for a week, I've got Riverton's moved to the country. Double dry up type 6%. This is very, very nice. Loads of sort of tart sour grape and big citrus pops. Very, very nice. Especially when the sun's just come out.
I don't know if you've seen. I bought one this week off Fuss Club. I think it came on last week, but Riverton have done a Blink-182 themed beer. Not that you'd probably notice if you didn't. So obviously one of those is straight in my basket. Could carry me home on if you're looking at it.
Nice.
Is that what it's called?
What are you drinking, Jimbo? What have you finally got? Yes, carry me home.
So, as part of moving the bar, I had to move the cool box for the beat that the mini keg was stored in for the Pint 365 pump. So I had a bit of a sort out thinking, I ain't drank these beers yet, and they've been there for a long time. So I thought this is good for tonight. Well, for in general at the minute. It is a German-style Dunkel Lager by Braybrook Brewing Beer Co.
Yep.
I don't know where this came from and when I got it and how old it is. I have no idea. I don't know who gave it me.
Is it cold?
It's very cold. It's very tasty. And it's very dark.
Yeah, Dunkel. Dunkel Lager.
Yeah, tasty. I like it. And it's obviously it's not actually German. I think they are in it's near you, Dave. Leicestershire, Market Harborough. That near you?
All right, yeah.
Not really, maybe.
Oh,
Braybrook Farm.
Not far.
That's who's made this one. So, but it's brewed to the German recipes and stuff. So, there we go. Very nice.
I've got my last remaining keg on the Perfect Draft, which turns out to be a slightly out of date Lowenbrow Oktoberfest. Tastes okay.
On theme.
I think you were on about
only
Jan
slightly.
Last week, saying about how long the keg. How long? They went out to date, Dave. April 24.
Oh yeah, you got loads of laughs in that still.
But tastes fine.
All you got to remember is best before, but better after.
It's best before, but it's also really best before you drink it all, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Well, cheers. Happy Euros. Because obviously we're well into the flow now. As of the time of recording, England kind of did a meh performance as always on the Sunday. But obviously by the time people have heard this, we'll hear this. It's Friday. So was it another meh performance last night, or is it kind of like they did all right actually, or is it well, that was a bloody disaster? Who knows? Kind of covered all three there. So there we go. Yes, lots to do then. Are we going to do a little wish you a beer today?
Well, we can talk Germany because obviously it went there.
That's
the only place I can really relate to.
Right, let me get your music ready then. Here we go.
I don't have a German shirt ready though.
Wish you a beer. Brewed if Chalmers is back. It was Gloria Honeymead stepped in for you last week. Jan at the box now.
Gloria Honeymead. Honestly, you can't trust her.
She was telling us all about
off her tits and everything. It's unbelievable. you have to stop her doing lines.
She was telling us all about Stroud last week, which was nice. But we're heading across we're heading across.
We're talking Euros, aren't we? So Gloria Honeymead's been railed by the Hoff, so that's another story for another day. But yeah, I went to Munich obviously a couple of years ago. And if you've not been to Munich, I'm not saying go to Oktoberfest. You can go in May time for the Maifest, which is an equivalent sort of festival. Beers pouring, the lighter, like the sort of lighter lagers, the fresher lagers poured early on in the year, and then the Dunkel type beers like later on, and the Edelweisses and things like that. So that's around Oktoberfest time. Got Oktoberfest in the tank behind me, as mentioned. But the places you've got to go to has got to be the creme de la creme is the Hofbrauhaus. That is fantastic in there. All painted fresco ceilings, Umpar band in the corner. The food is good. The music's good. The beer's even better. It comes with those massive steins, as you can imagine, and it's very good. It's a bit of a tourist trap, so you'll have like the odd guided tour come through. But that's not to stop the enjoyment of the atmosphere. You can go down to Schneiderweiss. They've got a tiny little place. The Schneiderweiss one's very good because it's all tap numbered beers. Now, I think they changed recently from bottles. When we used to get bottles here, they used to have the tap numbers on the top of the bottle caps. They don't do that anymore, but they still refer to that in their tap room. So like tap sevens, like the standard beer, usually something like that. But we went for I went for a crazy 8%, as you do. But there's all very different choices. Obviously, it comes in all different shapes and size glasses to accommodate it, because proper glassware makes the difference. Augustina House is a proper old school dark wooden sort of still welcoming, but the food, we didn't have any food in there, but the beer, again, I think Augustina make some of the best German beer, but that's actually perfect. We went in the tents at Oktoberfest and things like that. And then where else was the Paulina? Everybody knows how Paulina works and operates. Their actual tap room still got an old copper still that they used to make the beer in. They don't make it there anymore, but they make some like one-offs now and again. But there's loads of little places. The Rat's Keller is like underground of the main. I think it's a cathedral in the middle of town. I can never quite put my finger on what it is. Where the clock goes round, you can go and watch. But the Rat's Keller is a big underground basement, and there's multiple little eateries and bars and things like that. So you can spend a few hours in there, and then when you come outside, realise it's still daylight because you've missed the day. So it's a real good place to go. And there's all these little bars and little restaurants and stuff around. Big tip though: make sure you eat, because if you don't eat, you'll be in bed by tucked up at 9 o'clock. Trust me.
Was that like you? Yes.
Yeah. We nearly lost my cousin on the first day, and I was gone on the second. So
plenty of bratwurst then is what you need.
Make sure you have the half a handle, which is chicken that they serve, roast chicken. Plenty of pretzels. That's the trick. Those €4 pretzels seem expensive, worth the weight in gold. They'll get you right through the day. So
that's how the Germans do it.
Even if you don't go in October for Oktoberfest, you could go in May for My Fest, which is very small. It's like a slimmed down version celebration, all fresh hops, all fresh beers. And then the back end of the season is all the sort of stored lagers and things like that. But anytime during the summertime, you sit in the beer gardens like now. If you just follow a few of the different breweries on Instagram, you'll see that they have the gardens open with benches galore and just constantly serving, like we see when they tap the big kegs and they're just constantly serving pints. Brilliant.
Excellent, good stuff. And you mentioned Augustina, which happens to be probably the most mentioned desert island beer out of all the desert island beers episodes. It's either the Hells or the kind of the original one. I think they do as well. But let's have a look at that.
I had that off the table.
Yes.
You shouldn't have taken it, but I had to take it.
Very nice.
That's the Oktoberfest version. The adult soft is the best for me. I think I've got one of them. Have I? There we go. I have that one.
Very nice.
One.
Yes.
It's an empty bottle, but it's definitely worth finding. It's really good.
Well, obviously then for anybody who, especially while you're watching the Euros and you might be thinking, oh, well, we could do a trip to Germany or you might go to Oktoberfest. There you go. That was Andy telling us all about Munich for Wish You a Beer. Cheers, Andy.
Who did we get in sweepstake?
Well, we'll be getting on to that very shortly.
Oh, come on.
Keep you on. I'm going to keep you on. Yeah, keep your edge of your seats.
I hope it's Slovenia. They're going to rock it this tournament.
Well, they're doing all right, aren't they? Sorry, I hit wrong button there. Time for a quiz. Big pub quiz time. Your contestants, Andy and Dave, and your host, Jimbo. There's a few things to clear up from last week because, myself and Pablo didn't perform too well in Jan's box. So we need your
Was
your
it
help.
a parasol?
Was it a what?
A parasol or umbrella?
How did you know that?
Because I'm a fucking genius. That's why.
You may have ruined that, but we'll get to it later. There we go. Hours worth of work. Just now, Joe.
Bosh.
Anyway, we'll get to that. So, next, here we go. It's time for your first question. And it's this one. A pub in Lincolnshire, Palmer's Ale House, has hosted a unique beer festival last weekend themed around what? It's either zero alcohol beers, Lego, or Taylor Swift. A pub in Lincolnshire, Palmer's Ale House, hosted a unique beer festival last weekend themed around what? Either zero alcohol beers, Lego, or Taylor Swift. Who's going first?
I want to say Lego because I love Lego. But she's bloody everywhere, isn't she, Taylor Swift?
She is, and everybody's jumping on this bandwagon because it's all just a money spin-off, isn't it?
She hasn't been to my pub.
No. I bet she's been to Pat's. I bet he's getting that blue plaque sorted as we speak.
Yeah. I saw one the other week, which was, I can't remember the name of the place, but it said, Liam Gallagher nearly once played.
It was a Lidl, weren't it? Because is it the co-op arena wasn't going to be ready, was it? So he said, "Well, I'll have to play at Lidl or something like that." And then that was brilliant.
So that was funny. So maybe Pat's got one of them. Taylor Swift nearly played here in the summer of 2020. Maybe it's a good play though, isn't it? Taylor Swift off.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
People chugging halves a beer for an hour.
You going with Taylor Swift, or you going with?
What was the other one?
So it's either zero alcohol beers, a festival
David,
themed around zero alcohol beers, Lego, or Taylor Swift.
Hmm.
What are we saying?
I might say Tay-Tay.
Okay.
Taylor Swift.
I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna go with Tay-Tay just because Dave's gone with her. I'm gonna because she's gonna be everywhere. I mean, she's outside now. She's not coming in. Looking causing havoc. I'm gonna go say Lego.
You're going to say Lego, okay?
Yeah.
Dave, what were you saying? You saying you're sticking with Taylor Swift? Did you say?
I stick with Tay-Tay.
Okay. Right then. Has anybody got the right answer? Somebody's got the right answer. So it's definitely not a zero alcohol beer festival hosted at the Lincolnshire Palmer's Ale House Palmer's Ale House in Lincolnshire. So it's either it was a Lego themed beer festival or a Taylor Swift themed beer festival. Let's have a look. Well done too.
I mean, it's a good way to get the women in.
What Lego?
It's Taylor Swift. Yeah, the Taylor Swiftival was held Thursday the 13th to Sunday the 16th of June. Well done, Dave. And they had I mean, I think reading the news article, they said it sort of started as a joke, but then they decided to actually do it. And they had like a range of Taylor Swift themed beers, and one of them was called "Look What You Made Me Brew" instead of "Do." So there was a bit of a play on words there. But they had a quiz, musical bingo. I'm guessing that involved a lot of Taylor Swift songs.
Can I play outside?
Sorry, and there we go. So craft beer and cocktails, a Taylor Swiftival festival. Okay.
Wow.
There we go. Next question then is this one. Oh, get ready for your buzzers. It's a buzzer question.
Oh wait, hold on. Now my one's fixed.
Is it fixed? Yeah. Oh, it's fixed. I can hear it. Right, here we go. Right then. First to buzz in. Here's your question. Which tech giant have apparently submitted plans and proposals to set up its own pub in Dublin? Which tech giant? Was that you, Andy?
Yeah. I'm going to go with Elon Musk and X.
Elon Musk and X. Okay. You're wrong. Next to buzz in. Go on, Dave.
It's not Samsung, is it?
You're wrong.
No. I feel like I've read an article about this, but I've completely forgot who it is.
Anyone else want to buzz? Any more answers, or do you want me to reveal the answer?
No.
Can you tell us the multiple choices?
Not this time. There's not that many giant tech companies, I suppose. Like giant. Oh, I think
Apple.
I heard. No, Dave.
Oh.
You were going to say Apple as well.
I mean, what other tech is there? Samsung, Apple, Hitachi.
FaceTune.
No one's getting the right answer this time.
Oh.
It's Google.
Oh.
There we go. Google it and see for yourself.
I should have known that. They've got a headquarters in Dublin.
Yeah. They've submitted proposals to have their own pub. Yeah, there. So there we go.
Was it Google?
It was Google, yeah. There we go. Okay, next question then. And it's this one. Back to multiple choice. Buckcombe Brewing Co. has teamed up with a creative agency for a marketing campaign to promote its beer, Tall Tales Pale Ale, which is based on what? So this marketing campaign in this beer is based on which of these things? It's either a mythical crocodile, which is said to have been spotted in the River Avon, or it's a black panther-like cat said to roam around the suburbs of Bristol, or it's a ghost that's rumoured to haunt Buckcombe Brewing's brewery building. One of those things. So I think, who's going to give the first answer this time? Dave, maybe? Which one's standing out to you?
A Black Panther. I don't know why, but it's Black Panther.
Yeah,
Black
that's what I was going to say that because crocodile in the river's stupid. Nobody wants ghosts around the buttcomb. So I'll go with the cat as well.
Both going cats then.
That was my first thought. Yeah.
Both going with this big black panther that's said to roam around the suburbs of Bristol. Right? Has anybody got the right answer? You're both wrong. It's the mythical crocodile. I don't know if you've seen this can. I think I might have seen this a few times on the old Instagram. But yeah, it's based on this. Apparently, there's a myth that someone had spotted a crocodile in the River Avon in the 80s. So
was
the
it
brewery,
a blow-up one with a bloke on
it? Might have been, yeah. So the brewery have done a beer for it, and they've hired this marketing organization to basically do this big promotional campaign, and as part of it they've filmed video witness accounts and stuff like that, and made it a big thing, so that they've done loads of little video interviews online to make it seem like it's been spotted again. I think there's a bit of a game, you can scan the can and there's posters and stuff that have been put around Bristol. They've gone all out with it, and it's quite clever if you go and read it. But yeah, so this is the Tall Tales Pale Ale, and it's based on this mythical crocodile that's said to have been spotted in the 80s in the River Avon. And that's Buckcombe Brewing Co. who are onto this one. So there we go. So that's your questions. Take a pause from the questions slightly, because we need to do this next. It's the sweepstake. Hey. So Andy, this started off as your idea, really. This sweepstake.
Yeah, and then you butchered it.
I didn't butcher it. Right? we had enough people who wanted to get involved that I couldn't leave out the top four. I couldn't leave them out.
God.
I had to put them in. And also the automatic draw systems didn't like me taking teams out either.
Oh, right, okay.
So we're a bit
let you
difficult
down.
basically, yeah. But there was a lot of people who wanted to play. So the challenge is that you're supposed to, when you get your team drawn, which we did last week, we drew everybody's teams last week, including yours, your two teams as well, which I'll get to in a second. But the beer challenge was to try and get a beer from that country or linked to that particular country, whichever you put. So for some people that would be easy.
Albania now.
For some people it'd be easy. For some people it'd be more difficult. But it's a challenge. If you can't do it, never mind. If it just doesn't work, it's fine. It doesn't matter. It's a fun sweepstake. There's no money involved. I might try and dig out a trophy for someone or something, whoever wins it. And also, we said that we'd have a tier. Obviously, if someone in the top 4 seeded teams wins it, the obvious ones. Maybe do we count even England in that these days? I don't know. But obviously, Spain, France, Portugal, Germany, Italy. We'll give them a little prize, but really we're looking for the ones outside of that, aren't we? The kind of outsiders. If whichever the outsider teams gets furthest, I'll get a little prize for them as well. Okay. So far then, well, I'll give you your teams. So your teams, Andy, you drew Spain.
Oh, excellent.
So you can either go get yourself Madri's not allowed.
He's got one. He's got one. I bet he's got it. Is it Estrella? Is that Spanish?
He's already gone to do it.
No, you don't want Madri because it's actually called.
Tadcaster Madri. Can't count Madri. There was a bit of a kick-off about that, weren't there?
He's just had to go to stock room. Oh, he's got
just had to put his shirt on.
He's gone to put his shirt on. So
this one.
That's tight.
Andy,
can you imagine that Italy Lycra one?
Oh, we should draw Italy now. But yeah, Andy, you've got to find yourself a Spanish beer. Now you could go easy with that, but or you could be crafty. You could see what you can find that's a little bit different. Has he walked off? Is that him in the distance? I thought I saw someone outside.
Stock room to go and get a beer, I reckon.
I think so. Yeah, you
I
just
think
seen
you
him
already
walk
got
off
one.
outside. Did you see him through a window walking off outside? I did. It was funny.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I know where he's gone.
well, while he's doing that, then, because I don't want to tell you your team until Andy gets back. Oh, he's on the way. I can see him. He's back.
Probably
Hello.
San Miguel.
He's got a San Miguel.
San Miguel.
You can
San
do better
Manuel.
than that. You can
San
do better than that.
Miguel.
You can do better than that.
It's this is an import San Miguel. It's not just a normal one.
No, it's a proper one. Fair enough. So that's Andy's team, Spain. Good luck to you. I mean, have they played yet? As of yet?
Yeah, they
played
battered Croatia
yeah.
3-0 the other night.
Exactly. That was Pablo's team, by the way. Pablo got Croatia. I got the Netherlands, by the way. So I'm on the lookout for a trap beer, I think.
Trap.
Mm-hmm. Dave, are you feeling peckish? You got Dave got hungry. So you've got to find a beer from Hungry Dave. And like I said last week as well, it's up to you how much you want to get behind your sweepstake team. Whether you get the shirts, the flags.
Beer in the fridge.
So you've got Hungry. Now the challenge is well underway, and a few
I'm
people
going straight onto Google now.
A few people have already completed the challenge, so let's take a quick look at this then. So on screen, as you'll be able to see, we've got Pablo Disco Bar, who managed to get a beer, which is a collab. Yeah, Brew York.
Discounting that one.
No, it's allowed. Gordon Brewery in Croatian.
No,
he can do that. That's fine. That's fine. I've also, by the way, Andros and Abbey Drew England. I've told them they've got to try and get a couple of collab beers with other European countries who are in the Euros. So
yeah, that's the lines. They've got one. There's one from Drop Project, which looks good. It's called Lines, and it's got like the lines of a football pitch on the label. That looks a decent beer as well.
Yes. I think Abbey and Andros. Well, I got a pick there. It is. You can see it in the top corner there. So
good one.
They got the Chris Kamara beer. I think the Neon Raptor liquid football.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So my brother, Smooth Operator on Instagram, he went all out. He's got his Belgian flag in his hat, and he got himself a couple of Belgian beers. And then we've also got the Mucky Duck UK, who got himself a Tyskie because he drew Poland. So there we go. So the challenge is well underway. People are already attempting to get the beers and everything. So yeah, let's see how well we can do and see how far people can progress anyway with the teams. But yeah, try and get a beer to represent that country. Yeah, how's your search going, Dave? Found any hungry beers yet?
Yeah. Do you know what I've come up with?
Go on.
This is what Wikipedia is saying to me.
Lidl.
Oh, Heineken.
Heineken?
Yes.
That's Dutch, isn't it?
I don't know. But
I think Heineken's Dutch.
Yeah, say it. And then there's beers from Molson Coors. And then even a beer that's owned, obviously the brewery's owned by Asahi. But obviously they've then got other breweries. Oh, leave it with me.
There you go. Submitted mine with me San Miguel.
There we go. So this is obviously as of Monday, time of recording.
I'm take this t-shirt off, though. It's quite restricted.
Letting you have that because I'm saying that you.
You're saying what? Oh, you think Andy should get something better? I think he should as well.
Yeah, I'm saying he can't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Expect more
Can't
from
just
Andy.
go to your fridge and just get something.
I'm
not allowing it.
Spanish beer is.
Anyway, next then, it's time to go with what's that pub shed sound? So we did get the answer, by the way, a couple of weeks ago to the one that was bugging you both. And you know, the one that sounded like a train or a plane taking off or something like that. That turned out to be Spenno's swivel chair in his pub shed. Gave him a 360-degree view of his pub shed. That was a couple of weeks ago. So we had a new one
Yeah.
last week. So this was last week's. Dave and Andy, you didn't obviously you weren't here for this, so you can have a guess yourself. One more time. So, any ideas what that was?
Is it an ice
talk
cube
machine.
Oh, Dave said a talk machine. It does sound like the talk machine, doesn't it? I remember it. I mean, I didn't use it for a long time, but it just
Is
sounds
that-
like that. Doesn't it?
And then it's crushing a bottle.
Mm.
Sounds like you're pouring it, and then it's poured, open it, and then it's being crushed.
Mm.
Is it?
What-
Or could it be ice?
What did you say, Andy?
Ice machine. It makes the ice cubes and it all drops to the tray at the end.
Ice machine. I think your mic. Has your mic gone off? If you left it on your, he's left it
That's
on his thing.
shit.
So
I've got my racing shirt on now.
He's got his big.
how many costume changes have you? You think you're Lady Gaga or something?
Tell you what,
Oh,
it's
he's got
actually
his head up
surprisingly lightweight. This doesn't feel like I've got it on. It's like a second skin.
So Andy, you said ice machine. Dave, you said you thought it was like the sub Krups machine. Loads of
Yeah.
people actually got this right. It was an ice machine. Well done, Andy. Yeah, and it was sent in that one by Hop, Sip and a Chug. Now we've got another pub shed sound today. I don't know if this is an easy one or a difficult one. I think it's quite easy. So we'll play it twice. People can have a guess at home. And obviously, Andy, Dave, you'll discuss what you think it is in the Uncut section. So here we go. Here is this week's pub shed sound. And one more time. There we go. So that was this week's pub shed sound. For those who, what we'll do is we'll play it on Ale and Radio as well, the Uncut stuff. So we're going to have a chat next about hangover cures. What's that pub shed sound? Let us know in the chat on wherever you're listening. Send me a message. And in our Uncut section, which will be on Ale and Radio, we're going to chat about hangover cures. What do you reckon that sound is first then?
Stashing up cans in a shelf.
Okay.
Cans or bottles.
Oh, on what did you say?
And like in a fridge shelf.
Yeah, well done. Nice and easy, that one. Thought it was easy.
Yeah.
Done and dusted. Put that one to bed.
I've got a quick question for you.
The sound that you don't want to hear is him falling out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a quick question for you because the lads were talking about it at work today. Obviously, not just England goalkeepers, but just all time, say, top 3 favourite goalkeepers. Obviously, they can be foreign keepers.
What was the
What do you reckon,
nutter from
Jimbo?
Colombia? The nutter from Colombia. Gabo Kirai, because of his jogging bottoms. And Buffon, just because he played until he was like 110 years old.
Good choices. I don't know whether I'm being set up here.
Why?
Because you want me to say Peter
It's a
Schmeichel,
genuine
don't you?
question.
You want me to say Peter Schmeichel, don't you?
No, not at all.
You do. You must have been speaking
Why?
to Steph. Because Steph always says that for some reason I always go on about Peter Schmeichel. I never go on about Peter Schmeichel. Now it's become a thing that I always go on about Peter Schmeichel. And I don't go on about Peter.
Do you always talk about Peter?
What was that, Dave?
Do you always talk about him though?
No, I don't know where this came from.
Who would you have in
Sounds like
top 3?
Talks about
Top 3
his sleep.
keepers. Who would you have in?
Obviously, I put Peter Schmeichel in there, but
Big hands, Dave.
but no,
Got big
no, I'd agree. You got to put Buffon in there. I agree with that. Who else? Oh, what do you call him? Nua. He were brilliant.
No, yeah.
He's still playing. Is he still
Still playing, eh?
Yeah.
I think he's still playing. Doesn't play internationally now, but
Yeah.
still playing. Yeah, you've got to put Gabo Kirai in. I mean, he's the only guy who played in Jim Choc Gray fluffy tracksuit bottoms, didn't he? Like, regardless of the weather. He was absolutely mad. And then I forget the guy, that somebody will tell me the name of the Colombian guy. I want to say Valderrama.
Oh no, Valderrama was the one with the massive hair.
He was a massive boof hair, wasn't it? Yeah, but I can't
but
remember
there was the one who you're talking about this. Yeah, the scorpion kick guy, aren't you?
The scorpion kick guy. Yeah, he was mental.
The fact that
there was a goalkeeper who played for Paraguay. He used to take all the free kicks. Do you remember him?
Yeah, I remember him. He scored a few, didn't he? You know.
What is he? What was his? He's got a crazy name. Chilavert. That was his name. Chilavert. He used to have the goal. What's his going mental?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he was.
Higuita. Higuita was the name of the Colombian goalkeeper. There we go. We get there in the end. Quick Google. Got him.
Google. We love a Google search.
We do. Yeah, Higuita. Mental. Mad as a box of frogs. Is he still alive? I don't know. Has he been bumped off by the cartel? I'm not sure. There was a Colombian footballer killed by the cartel, wasn't there? Because he lost in the World Cup in the USA.
Basically, don't lose.
I'm not sure if that was a myth or not.
It was very brave, wasn't it, to do the scorpion kick when, if it had have gone wrong, he could have quite easily been shot for it.
The funny thing was he did it against England, didn't he? So that's what stood out.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Peter Shilton try and do that? He'd be like on the floor. Like, is he okay?
Neville Southall.
Neville Southall, what a goalkeeper he was. We had him at the twilight of his career. And he came running out. We were playing second division football. He made the mad dash decision to run out to get the ball out of his area, fell over, head-butted the ball, and the guy chipped it over and put it in the goal. Class.
These are the things you watch football for, aren't they?
Class.
These are the memories that you read.
Absolute class.
Forget promotion.
We at Stoke had Ed De Hoy at one point in his twilight of his career. Oh,
it's better than Ed the Duck.
With that balding hair and that dirty porno tash. Remember? We've had some great goalkeepers. Gordon Banks, obviously the best. The best of them.
What I wanted to ask was hangover cures as a subject to talk about in the Uncut section. So hangover cures, do you have any go-to kind of rituals or remedies of your own that tends to work for you personally? Like, you know, when you're hungover, what's the first thing? Like, you know, there's some obvious ones. Some people just reach for they go and get a fry up as soon as they can. But have you got any that you personally anything you like to do when you've got the hangover? How would you clear yours?
Just a lot of food. I tend to just to eat stodge and bread. But normally, the way that to prevent a hangover is I normally will try and cane about 4 or 5 pints of water before I go to bed. Obviously, that then leads into one of the problems.
I have a pretense of drinking the water or the squash or the juice, whatever part of the planet you're on, before I go to bed. But then usually I forget because I'm a bit worse for wear. And then I wake up with that, you know, that like dry throat middle of the night job. No, inevitably now at my age, I have to get up for 4 wheeze. So
yeah, either that or having a decent bit of food before you go to bed. It's always. I think it's all about the pre-planning. Pre-plan.
No, do you know what actually I like? I like a bacon sandwich, and then I'll have like a Coke or a Pepsi or something, but I'll leave it go flat.
Full fat.
Go flat. No fizz. And I'll drink them. And then normally it brings me back around. So that's where I'm at. I mean, I made the mistake once of having orange juice after a hangover.
It stings, doesn't it?
Fresh orange juice. Oh, it was like drinking battery acid.
Yeah. But it feels like it should be nice when you've got a hangover, doesn't it? Like a fresh, a nice fresh. But it's
Fresh
not. It
orange
just
juice,
stings.
I think it's just everybody's taste buds. But when I was like, I don't think this was a good idea.
I know there's a lot of I mean, we might get on to talking about prevention measures for hangovers
What about
another
yours,
time.
Jimbo?
But yeah, well, I've got a weird one, but it always works for me. And I did it today because I had too many.
Bath in Henderson's sauce, Dave. That usually brings him round.
Yeah,
I had too much to drink the night of the first England match against Serbia.
Did you?
I did.
Did you get carried away?
I was okay. I got home and I just woke up a bit rough, and it was a school night, weren't it? So we're up for 7:00. So I felt a bit rough in the morning. But I do this when I go on holiday as well. And if we've been on lads' holiday and you kind of every single night you're going out, I like to down a massive chocolate milkshake, and it sorts me out every single time.
Good idea.
I don't know why. I don't know if there's any science behind it, but it just works. If you're on
Usually
holiday,
if I'm on holiday and I'm feeling a bit ropey, I have another couple of double vodka and lemonades. That normally gets me going again.
Well, some people have said, carry on, basically get back on it.
If you're on holiday, not if you're at home.
Exactly.
If you're on holiday and you've got a pool and a sun lounger, get yourself a vodka and Fanta lemon. That'll sort you right out before breakfast.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, if I'm abroad, if I'm on holiday, down that milkshake and then jump it straight into cold pool, and then after that, hangover's gone. It's just washed away. It's a big chocolate milkshake.
Like a baptism of the new day.
I was that obsessed with doing that this morning because I thought I just don't want this hangover today. That I dropped Ada off at school and then I walked with Ada's scooter because she took a scooter to school. I walked with this massive scooter and her helmet to Asda, bought a massive milkshake, and then we're trying to drink it while I walk it. I'm carrying this scooter, and I was sorted out after. Honestly, give it a go.
Driving past you with that scooter. They probably driving past you, with that scooter and milkshake, saying, "Shouldn't that kid be in school?"
Look, he's bunking the day off and had a milkshake with his dinner money.
I hope his mum and dad belt him when he gets in.
So 2 Daxon's
pub shed. Ringing that school up.
2 Daxon's pub shed, bacon, sausage and egg, they said, and good fry up. Oni Shawnee says, just don't drink. That'll prevent your hangovers. Jan says she don't get hangovers in the first place anyway.
He's got can't get hangovers if you're permanently pissed.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon the K52 MPD said was their hangover cure? Can I have a guess? The K52 MPD. What is it? 1-1 in the quiz.
Oh, I don't know. I got ice machine.
No. One. Oh,
you can have a point for this. What you reckon the K52 MPD up in Scotland?
Whiskey. No, pink gin.
Haggis.
No, not pink gin.
Pink gin.
Not haggis.
Haggis.
No, pink gin.
No, Iron Brew.
Keep going. Yes, well done, Dave.
Okay, Dave. I had myself some Iron Brew last week. I've not had Iron Brew in donkeys. The thing I didn't come across was deep fried Mars bars because I didn't go to Glasgow. So I'd had myself some haggis, neeps and tatties. Very nice. I had myself some Iron Brews. I had myself some whiskey. I haven't changed. When I've changed, I've changed. I'm still not a big fan of it.
No. Can I just say how you set me a task and laughed and joked at me?
And joked
I wouldn't find a Hungarian beer. Yeah. So bestofhungary.co.uk ordered.
You've actually
look how much it cost me for one can of beer posted. Oh wait, if I hide my face, you'll see it.
I can't. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Don't forget to hide your face, people.
Hide your face.
You'll have to tell us, Dave. It looks like $5.85 for me.
Yeah,
David, you said we've got a discount code for free delivery on that website.
That's not bad for one beer.
Apparently, it's their most popular lager. So there you go. Dreyer.
There we go. Sorted it then, Dave.
Way. Hey, you joke. You laughed and you mocked me. Thought you ain't never gonna get that.
How long does it take to arrive?
2 to 4 days.
All right, well, there we go. Do you think
Anything past the 14th of July, Dave, you're knackered.
will Hungary still be in the tournament by the time his beer gets here? Will they still have a chance?
I'm having it Monday next week.
So, yeah, there we go. Oh, by the way, back on hangover cures, Brewclable says, to finish off with, get back on it and stop being a baby. So there we go. Good stuff. Right, on to Martin Brewis. Here we go.
I got a pub shed in my garden and a bottle shop in my town. I love the craft and perfect draft and a 2-for-1 discount. So when it comes to beer, I need a deal that'll keep the prices at a steal. So I'm calling up Martin Brewis.
Martin Brewis time. Yes, money saving beer expert. There's not loads and loads at the minute. Obviously, we had the load of the Father's Day stuff. But don't forget to keep checking Ale and Radio because we've kind of put the more instant ones on there.
Massive shout out to those motherfuckers out there for Father's Day.
Yeah, did you get anything good for Father's Day?
I'm not father, but all the fathers out there.
All the fathers.
I got my dad a lovely card from Jeremy Clarkson. It said I got your diddly squat for Father's Day.
Did you not get anything from Dog?
Hey, the dog?
Didn't Dog get you
the
anything?
Dog?
Yeah.
You know that dog?
Selfish.
Selfish bastard.
What about yourself, Dave?
Oh, I didn't get no beer. I got a t-shirt that I wanted. So
Thanks for the hint
No
thanks for the hint to Steph about the DDH Dad's shiny box.
It was a trade off for the Peter Schmeichel info.
That was a trade off for the Peter Schmeichel jokes.
I don't know where that comes from, honestly. It's made up.
You talk about it all the time.
I don't. Right. But yeah, I got the DDH
can't shut
box.
him up about Peter Schmeichel most of the times.
It's on the uncut version of this. Is all he talks about is Peter Schmeichel.
Oh, all he talks about.
That's
His blonde hair and his tallness.
But that hint didn't actually work because I had to buy the beers myself. But it just meant that when I said, "Oh, by the way, I've ordered some beers," it were like, "Okay, I approve." Then, so that kind of.
Did you get refunded?
No.
Oh
no.
God.
Anyway,
sake.
there are a couple of little deals out there. This one to start with, obviously it's the Euros, Euro 2024 Mega IPA case, £66.10 from Salt. I mean, some of those are kind of things you see in supermarkets anyway. But yeah, you can get yourself a big mega mixed pack. I think that made it kind of like £2.50-ish a can. And I imagine at £66.10, it might be free delivery as well. So yeah, not a bad offer.
Confusing that picture because they put 2 hooker backs at the top and 2 at the bottom, and they just put 4 together. Come on.
Yeah, I thought that as well. Yeah. So that's a Salt deal. Remember, keep checking Ale and Radio because we do put the more up-to-date offers on there, the ones that are kind of there and then at the time. Dave, you found one though, didn't you?
Yeah, Fuzz Club are doing an offer. So there's obviously a selection of breweries from Brew York, Drop Project, Neon Raptor. They have got €7 themed beers. So yeah, is it 7 beers and randomly some stickers? But it's £26. So yeah, add that to your stash.
There you go. It'll tip some people over the £50, won't it, as well? If they add that to the collection.
They got there, yeah. Cammy's Unbelievable. Drop Project lines that I mentioned just before. Neon Raptors Liquid Football. Northern Monks Euro 24 Classic Football Shirt. That looks a decent beer, to be fair. Sirens Playmaker and Sirens Sports Ball and Sure Shots Football Friends. That's like the label on that looks like the old Italian 90 guy. Remember him?
But it's not a bad little offer.
No, it's decent, especially and football themed as well. Now I spotted this, which is this happens quite a few times during the year, but I wasn't surprised that this has happened because of obviously Aldi bringing out their own version of physics. The actual physics machine itself is now currently on offer. So this happens a couple of times a year. 99 quid you can get it from Lakeland. That's not a saving of about 30 what you normally get it. And Amazon as well. So if you've got your Amazon Prime account, you can get next day delivery. Also, 99.99.
Used to be on the firebox.com as well, gadget type website. Not sure if it usually is slightly cheaper on there. I don't know if you've got a link to that. I'll have a quick look. Look while I talk about the next one.
But physics is, because I know a lot of people may be tempted after looking at the Aldi one and, maybe thinking that
they realised how cack it was. Yeah.
You know what I had a thought of a day? Could you actually extend the length of the pipe on either the physics, on either the physics or the Aldi machine, like attach another pipe to it and then like feed it into say like a mini keg or something bigger, and kind of
but it only works when it makes the connection to the base of it, doesn't it?
Hmm.
Do you try and port?
I think Spenno said it best. It's as if it needs some sort of vacuum. When you close it, it needs that vacuum to pull the beer.
I can hear it doing something.
It. Put that in your glass and see what happens.
I ain't got a glass. I've drank my beer, but anyway, it might be worth looking into. Did you say you'd found the better physics deal, Andy? A cheaper physics?
Unfortunately, they don't sell it anymore, which is strange.
But there you go.
Sell it a little bit cheaper than everywhere else as well when it was on offer.
Yeah. So if anyone's considering the physics, it is down to $99.99 at the minute. If you want to get it, it's like 30 quid cheaper.
$2.99s, please. Mr.
But this though, I do want to talk about. Now, this isn't a Martin Brewis deal, but
this is a Kickstarter.
I'm intrigued. You know what I'm going to put up here, don't you?
Yes.
The iGulu S1. It's so Kickstarter.
Just before we talk about it, surely they come up with a better name for it.
iGulu.
Yeah.
Catch. So this machine then I think it's supposed to be like what Pinter does. Apart from, I think it's a cooler and it will serve your beer cold and like a beer machine, but you can brew in it.
This is a halfway house. There's a big like brass looking unit, it's like for home brewers.
Yeah.
There's a machine where you basically put all the crap in the barrel, and it will make a beer, whatever that one is. I can't remember what the name of it is. And then obviously we've got coolers, which are like the beer monsters of the world, aren't we? And the perfect drafts that do the kegs or the mini kegs. And this seems to be like a hybrid of the two. So this seems to be a home brewer's brewing station. So you can put a vessel in it. What it looks like, I'm not sure. You can time it to drop hops in, things like that, and brew your own beer in it, and it keeps it cold. And then vice versa, like you said, it's a cooler as well. So if you weren't doing that, you could just put any normal 5-litre keg in, which you've got in the picture there, and it will chill it as it does, like the Perfect Draft chills their kegs. That will chill it, and you can serve it.
And I think to me, that's the appealing bit, because whenever I've looked at, because I'd love a machine that takes these standard 5-litre mini kegs. And I know there are a lot out there, but whenever I've looked at them, the reviews are always a bit iffy, and there's a lot of faffing about with that little gas CO2 little canister thing you've got to buy for the top of it, and you've got to mess about with that. And I don't know how, I've not seen this in much detail, but this seems to be a lot smoother, doesn't it, in terms of being able to work with a mini keg?
Yeah, I think it uses air still, like the Perfect Draft does. So the other kit was the one I mentioned was Mini Brew. That's one where you brew it yourself, and then it sits in the machine and it puts it in a keg. You use those little CO2 canisters, like you said.
Yeah.
And that's what puts you off with a beer monster, or whatever it's called, which is a bigger machine, but you put those little CO2 cartridges in. But it's going to be an interesting one because this is a Kickstarter at the moment, so it's not a fully fledged product.
Yeah.
So it comes to the crunch of, enough people backing it, if you go on there, I did have a look at it the other week when I saw it, and if you go on there, there's like different ways you can back it to give them. Basically, you're giving them donations to actually get it up and running.
Okay.
Some of the backings are like just giving them some cash to get going, and others are like giving them enough cash so when it's available, you'll get one.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. So I think there's packages that, if you know what I mean, you can sign up and sort of back them. So it depends on how much they're going to get. It seems like it's going to be an expensive thing because that brew mini kit machine is quite expensive. And as we've known with perfect draft machines, they can be quite expensive. So I don't know.
I thought I'd seen a figure floated about when I've been looking at the website, about 270-ish, I think I saw, which obviously is dearer than what your perfect draft starts at. But what I like about this is that you can put mini kegs on it, which are a lot more easily. Like you could go to local breweries and they'll have mini kegs. You can go and pick them up. Whereas the perfect draft, obviously, there's a bit of delivery, sending things back and forwards and stuff like that involved in that. So I do like the idea of this. It looks a big old machine. It looks a decent size, but it looks quite smart as well. I have dropped them a little email to see if they want any testers or
they could do with some. I think they could do with some experienced.
That's what I was saying. Exactly.
I'm just having a look on their website and Instagram page. What I've seen is that when you brew the beer, you brew it inside like a clear little plastic 5-liter keg.
Almost looks like a polykeg. Is it a polykeg sort of thing? Looks like, yeah.
Is it key? But if you look on their website, they're all ready for sale in America for $700.
Ooh, that's a lot.
But there's two different variations. There's this S1
all-in-one automated,
which is $300, and then there's also that's one which is $700.
Well, I've been offered 20% off if I sign up.
So I think this is basically a watch this space one, isn't it? And we'll kind of keep people updated with it because it does look.
I think we should have. You remember what's it? Do you remember the old Top Gear where you say on about the Dacia Sandero and you say, "Good news, the Dacia Sandero is now." We can have the equivalent for the iGooly, we'll call it.
iGooloo.
iGooly.
Yeah.
Good news, everybody. Available in America. Any of the American counterparts listening to this, know anybody who's got one, shout out. They might have one.
We'll keep an eye on it anyway. We'll keep an iGooloo on it. Right.
We'll keep a googly eye on it.
Just as a quick thing, I think that S1, you have to put gas canisters in it.
Okay, so it might be the newer one that doesn't. You don't need that.
If you've got a local spice head, might have the odd gas canister knocking about for you.
Yeah.
Right then, here we go. It's time for this.
Hello everyone, I'm the Compare Without Compare, and here at the Ale and Audio Pub Shed tonight, I'd like to introduce our turn, Sheddie Mercury.
We couldn't get it last week. It was a difficult one. He did it live for us, and it turned out it was Kenny Rogers, and I'm not sure exactly what track it were. I asked Pablo. I didn't get an answer at the time of recording, or I didn't spot it. But I think it was a Kenny Rogers song last week. For anyone who was wondering what it were, listen back to last week's episode if you want to, but listen to that again. But we've got a new one for today. I do know what it is. I've listened to it, and I got it on my second go. So
okay.
Andy, Dave, over to you. What is Sheddie Mercury singing? Have a listen to this.
Hang your head, keep me back, hang that hand behind my back. He's shaking his hip, but never can't forget. Back to my head cigarette. and Miss Keeping me shining.
That was Sheddie Mercury. I'll play it one more time. Looks like Andy and Dave. I got it on my second go. To be fair, it came to me second go, so have another listen. You might get it. Here we go. What's this song?
Hang your head, sing naked, keep me back to hear. Hang that chair behind my back. He's shaking his hip, but never can't forget. Back to with my hands cigarette. And Miss Keeping my shining.
So there we go. No idea. Andy's shaking his head. Dave?
Not a
No
fucking clue.
idea.
Not a Scooby-Doo.
So we'll leave it for the listeners. I will give you a little clue. You do tend to hear this when football's on and stuff like that. It's not a football song, but it does get played in stadiums and chanted quite a lot as well. So yeah, I hope that helps. But have a listen again back home, whatever. I'll play it one more time for our listeners. Now I've given you that little bit of information. It might help.
Hang your head, sing naked, keep me back to hear. Hang that chair behind my back. He's shaking his hip, but never can forget. Back to with my hands cigarette. And Miss Keeping my shining.
What's that song? Get in touch and let us know. Okay, then. It's now. Yeah, what was that, Dave? Are you going to have a guess?
I know. For some reason, I wanted to say "Rocking All Over the World," but it's definitely not that, isn't it?
No, but you're right.
He always wanted to say, what's it as well? Ken Dodd's happiness, happiness, the greatest gift that I possess. I thank the Lord that I've been blessed with all my share of happiness.
No, it weren't that, Dave, though. But yeah, keep guessing, everyone at home. Time for this, though, now. When it's Friday night and you're feeling in the mood, you've greased it up and you've applied the lube. So stick it in and pull it out. If you get a splinter, it'll probably make you shout. So I'm gonna look right through the glory hole. I'm gonna look right through the glory hole.
Hey, it's Kev here from the Glory Hole Gardens in Telford. Welcome to Through the Glory Hole.
Hi, Kev. So,
Hi,
through the glory
Kev.
hole time. That's it.
Oh,
He's looking through his dirty glory hole and he can either see a pub shed, a brewery, or a beer lover from our Instagram community. So, are we ready then for clue number one? Here we go.
This week, you're going to need to guess the pub shed. Based in the East Midlands, this pub shed was established in the summer of 2019.
So, there we go. A pub shed in the East Midlands, established summer 2019. Okay. Ready for clue number two? Here we go. We'll put all the clues up before we guess.
So far, they have gained over 4,100 followers on Instagram.
So far, I've gained over 4,100 followers on Instagram. Clue number three.
They are clearly a big lover of sausages, whether that be barbecuing them, walking their four-legged variety, or I have seen some questionable other sausage-shaped things around his bar.
Is it Dave?
Well done if you got it right. This week through the glory hole was the Hardy Arms based in Leicester. I really hope you got it right, Dave. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye.
You did raise an eyebrow on that first one, though, didn't you, Dave? You were thinking,
Yeah,
could they
because
be me?
I was like, what other pub shed joined in 2019 from the East Midlands? I was like, hey? I was thinking Bowler's Barn. No, that was a few years after. And then that was about it.
So there we go. Dave, you've been spotted through the glory hole. What were you doing?
I was entering the glory hole.
Wanging his wieners around.
I was wagging my sausage round Kev's glory hole.
So there we go. Yep, Dave of the Hardy Arms was who Kev spotted through his glory hole. Thank you very much for that, Kev. Okay, right. Now, we had a bit of problems. Don't say anything, Andy. We had some issues last week. Myself and Pablo had a nightmare at Jan's box. What's in Jan's box? What's in Jan's box's box? What's in Jan's box? What's in Jan's box's box? What's in Jan's box? What's in Jan's box's box? What's in Jan's box? What's in Jan's box's box?
Hi guys, Jan.
So we're not going to play Jan's box today. We're just going to clear up what it was last week before you say anything, Andy. Because Andy, before we started, or earlier on in the recording, said he thinks he knows what it is. Because people were struggling with this one. It was a difficult one. So I'm going to put up all the things that me and Pablo managed to get out of Jan. Before Andy tells us what he thinks it is. Okay. So we established it could be made out of plastic or wood. But I also noticed we didn't actually ask if it could be made of anything else. But plastic or wood. We know it's not used in the serving of drinks. We know it's not used for entertainment. It's used external to the bar. It can be decorative. It's not a tool. It's not used for storage. It can be held in one hand. It's bigger than your head. Doesn't require power. Doesn't hold liquid. Doesn't make a sound. It's used for leisure. Doesn't hold plants. You don't sit on it. And it's not a plant pot, a hanging basket, an ice bucket, or a watering can. Me and Pablo had absolutely no idea what it was.
I mean, I'd go as far as saying that if the answer is what Dunny said earlier is correct, I'd say VAR on that one and call it bullshit.
Right. Well, let's Andy tell us what you.
The question would have been after is it made of wood and plastic? Is there some sort of is it metal? That would have been a yes.
Yeah.
Has it got any material on it? Them are the standard questions of Jan's box, aren't they, Dave? You've got to find out what it's made of. You've got to find out what it's made of.
We made a right mess of Jan's box last week.
Cocked it right up.
Yeah.
So it's either an umbrella or parasol. That's what I said. And I actually listened to it. And after you said it was outside decorative, that's when I guessed what it was.
Right, here we go.
Jimbo and Norman were bloody useless last week. Good job, Andy and Dave are back. It was a fucking parasol.
Okay, parasol. I let her off then, not an umbrella.
They're the same sort of thing, aren't they? But anyway.
No.
And actually, when we said, is it used in the serving drinks, she should have said yes, maybe. Because you can have little umbrellas in your drinks. Little parasols, can't you?
No, they're umbrellas.
I thought they were... Well, yeah, but are they?
I think the distinctive option is the fact that she said you could hold it in one hand.
Yeah.
So that's an umbrella.
That's an umbrella.
Mm.
A parasol is a big old version of an umbrella that basically either sticks in the ground or is weighted down.
You know what? Yeah, while we're having this conversation, I've just realised that those little umbrellas that you stick in your parasols, whatever, that you stick in your drinks, they're not just decorative, have they? They serve a purpose to keep your drink cool from the sun.
I'll cover my face so you can see it, Dave.
Oh, I can see that better now.
You see it?
Yeah.
I like the fact that they give you them little rubber bands with them.
Mm.
You see
it?
Yeah.
But yeah, there we go. So anyway, we made a mess of that last week, but thank you, Andy, for clearing that up. It was a parasol. Okay. Right, we're on to this then. It's time for Home Bar of the Week. And yeah, we've picked one out. And I don't know much about it because they didn't manage to get back in time to me. But it's this one. Another one I think it was probably shared with me by the Cleveland Arms a few weeks ago and said, give these a follow. It's low_places_backyard_bar. I'm pretty confident to say that they are probably in the US. I'm trying to look through some of the posts and see if they've got any like location tags on it. But it looks
Yeah,
like
I think this video gives it away.
This is the thing about this account. There's a lot of videos on there. Most of their stuff is videos compared to photographs. So one of the picture that Andy's just showed us, or the video he's just showed us on the screen, is a bloke with a massive sausage, isn't it?
he's got a massive wanger in his kitchen.
So give them a follow. I think they're in America, but it's a really good looking place. I'm going to put some pictures up on the screen for our viewers.
Solo stove fire pit. They are amazing.
I would hazard a massive guess that he's in America. I don't know if you can see that, Donny. Oh wait.
Cover your
sorry.
face, Dave.
Cover your face. He's got some decor with all American flags on. And then if you listen to the video...
Everybody, it is Super Bowl Sunday. And you know what? I am ready for friends in low places.
It's a very thick American accent, that one is.
Yeah.
And
the big crowd of people there on Super Bowl Sunday.
And obviously, I believe it's referring to the song, I think it's the Garth Brooks song, Low Places, which obviously we'll play straight after this, which I think is also one of the Pig and the Quill's favourite songs as well. So...
he's got a solo stove there, Dave, in that picture. Dave can back me up that they are hot.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, we had the little one, didn't we, when we went camping? I've got the little version. It is hot.
Oh, the little one.
It's a worker.
Looks a great place, though. It's a nice size. You can see from the outside and also the inside as well. Love that kind of the sort of like wooden kind of paneling and everything behind the bar mirror with the Low Places graphic on it. Love the bar. And they've proper got that bar gleaming, haven't they? They've treated it and done whatever you do to it to make it nice and shiny like that. Like the shelving in there. It's quite a pretty tall place as well. Nice flooring. Always got people in. Always enjoying it from the look of it.
It likes a good fire.
They do like a fire, yeah.
Fire. Boo.
They've got a nice like little Low Places like bar table, I think it is. Or it could be a stool. I think it might be a table.
Got an actual massive outdoor, like what they call gazebo up north.
A gazebo. I was just looking at that first picture. I quite like the lighting over the bar. I think that's quite cool.
That's nice.
Yes, like hanging sort of iron kind of like lighting. Yeah, nice. But it's a really good looking place, and like I said, they're always in there enjoying it. It's a bit of a sort of like very family orientated place from the look of it as well. It's
first post was from July 22, so been going a while as well, which is good.
Yeah, and they are active. They only posted as recent as at the time of recording yesterday. So, and like I said, there's lots of videos, so you can have a proper good look on the bar.
Fire pit. Oh, look at them ribs.
There we go. They love a smoke out.
He needs outdoor kitchen. It's all the rage now. I started the trend with my outdoor kitchen last year. Every bugger's going them now. They're everywhere.
That's it. And if you go back onto some of the posts that they've done as well, they've kind of shown some of the processes of different things that they made for the bar. So like the start and the finish of it and before and after shots and stuff like that. So yeah, you'll be able to have a look at that as well. So yeah, go give them a follow. Once again, that is low_places_backyard_bar. And yeah, believe that they are in the States. It's a great looking place. They built it as a backyard to make friends, and it worked. And then they converted a boring ordinary shed into a kick-ass Irish bar, is what I can see there. So there we go. Give them a follow. Yeah, nice bar.
Yeah, good one.
So what we both up to this weekend?
Well, I'm going to be rubbing my lucky football.
His ball. If anybody wants to come round and rub his balls.
My Mystic football looking into the future from in 1998 England football here. Signed, officially not signed. There's Phil Neville on here. There's Robbie Fowler on here. There's David Seaman on here.
He's got semen on his ball.
He's got semen
Peter
all over his
Schmeichel
ball
on there.
here. Hang on, this can't be a 98 ball. This must be a 2000s ball.
You want to know where your balls are coming from?
It's got a Southgate's on here, not Southgate. Southgate's. Martin Keown, Steve McNamara. McManaman, sorry, not McNamara, stupid. A Graham Lasso. Who else have I got? I've got a Walker, an Ian Walker, Jamie Redknapp, an Alan Shearer, Teddy Sheringham's, Sol Campbell.
You must have been a busy boy getting all those signatures.
Oh, because it's a David Beckham. Who else am I missing? One more off it. Paul Scholes.
Owen's got to be on there, surely.
Yeah,
It's
Owen's on there. Yeah, I've said him. Tony Adams. Kevin Keegan was the manager.
Oh,
there
yes.
We go.
Very good.
Rubbing me missed.
You do it. And outside the stadium.
My dad actually got conned in a charity auction to buy this. This ball, this is out. You know when I said the other week I'd emptied my mum's loft and found loads of crap in there? This is out of that back, as you can tell by the state of it. My dad got conned by the guy doing this charity auction to say, I've got a signed England football. My dad paid 50 quid for this, whenever he paid for this. And it's basically one you'd get from Lidl these days.
So it's like
you know what I mean?
the printed sign.
Printed one, but I bet there's not many of them left.
No.
You might put it on eBay. Not with those names on.
Well,
Phil Neville's made it, but Gary Neville didn't.
So, like, the time people listening to this, England would have played last night, so who knows what's going on. But obviously, the next game will be
Jude Bellingham scored that trick, I'll tell you now.
Hopefully, yeah. But have you got plans this weekend?
Ball.
Have you got plans this weekend?
No. In the words of Jan's box, no, not this weekend.
No.
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 A quiet one then.
Yep.
About yourself, Dave, anything planned?
Well, I'm not at work for the rest of the week as of the time of recording.
Very
I've got
good.
the week off.
Oh, going anywhere nice?
No.
Oh.
She's away for London for work in London, so I'm stopping at home so I can do bits and bobs and whatnot and look after Ava, obviously. While she's at nursery, so I get some time at home to fiddle about with the ball that I need to do and whatnot. And then, probably have a pub shed night, Friday or Saturday night, watching the footballs. So, chilled really.
Good.
Got a couple of busy weeks coming up soon, so we're just going to chill.
Very good. So I am on Thursday. So people would have been listening to this on Friday. Yesterday, I went to. I'm off to Chester because I'm going on Thursday. Go to Chester on Thursday.
Day.
Yeah, beer making day, which is on Friday. But we're in Chester first for the Thursday. Then we've got the match Thursday night, and then obviously beer making day Friday. Apparently, we get a free mini keg as well, so we get to pick a mini keg to take home with us as well. I don't know if we get to have any of the beer, or eventually get any of the beer that we've made or not. But if we do, I will try and get hold of it and send you some out. Also, while I'm there in Chester, I'm going to visit the new tap room in Chester for a fairly new brewery, where I first came across this brewery when I went to your birthday bash in Stoke. They were at the little makers market, is it, or something? Yeah, and it was Spookton.
Don't whatever you do, don't cut your finger on the cans.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm going to tell him about that. See if we can blag something for free.
I'm having a word with you.
So what I'll do while I'm at Spookton, I'll see if I can get us all the same can. If they do some takeout cans, I'll get us all the same and send them through.
Take your mates into beer heroes.
Yep.
Chester, and also I forgot what it's called now, but it's amazing little. But I'll send you the place.
I'm going to listen back to "Wish You a Beer" from
Yeah,
about a month or
do
so ago as well. My dad did send me a place he wants to go to. You'll have to Google this after and have a look at it yourself. But he's found somewhere called the Cavern of the Curious Gnome. And it's like got garden. It's got like garden. Garden gnomes everywhere.
Go. The beer's not great, but just go and see it.
Thing is, the gnomes might be bigger than me. Might be scary. And it looks like you sit on toadstools and stuff.
Yeah.
So like that's.
Yep. When in Rome.
Yeah, you're sitting like on toadstools. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah. If you drink 100 beers, you get a power up.
Yeah. So
always
yeah,
carry an extra life with you.
Listen to Ale Radio because I'll do a little bit of roaming reporting while I'm there. So people who want to hear how that's going, I'll tell you next week on the podcast. But also I'll do a little bit of roaming reporting as well while I'm there. So yeah, that'll be me. So that's Thursday, Friday, back for Saturday. Yeah, and then be a football weekend, won't it? So thank you very much, both. What number are we having?
1.
Number 1. Here we go.
Dave shit. Dave shit. Dave shit. Beer fact of the week.
So, reduced strength beers were sold in the England game against Serbia due to worries over violent clashes.
Yeah,
that's true.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
See ya.